Hey everybody, I'm live tonight. I'm just gonna do a few things on this live. I don't have time to get a video edited this week. I barely got one done for Wednesday, so I thought I would just do a live. I've got some wreath kits that I'm putting together. I've got to get mailed out tomorrow. I've got, I think, 5 orders for homecoming moms. I'm working on this one. I just finished this backer for it. And I did record this, so I will have a video tutorial for it. So I really need to get these wreath kits together. So I'm gonna do a little bit of that. Kind of show you what I do to get these kits together. I'm not gonna print the shipping labels and stuff yet on the live because I don't want to get distracted and forget something in there. So I want to go through it one more time before I box everything up, and maybe I'll do a little homecoming mom stuff too. But I just thought I would do a live and let y'all see what I'm working on. So I need to get off one of these. I have the hardest time getting on live too because Google keeps making me verify it over and over and over again. I keep getting, and every time I verify I get kicked out of the GoPro app. I get kicked out and go back to the beginning, and I have to go through all the process again, and I did it like 4 or 5 times before it would go live tonight, and I go through that every single time I do a live. It's really frustrating and I don't know how to get it to stop. So I don't want to put their information on here. Let's see. Both customers ordered multiple items, so I've got to make sure that I'm doing everything. Okay. So this customer got a kit with the sublimated sign. This is not a sign that I made. I'm not started up my sublimation yet. I got everything ordered and I still have to set up my printer and stuff though and play around with it, but just want to make sure I don't get that scratched up. She asked if I would put the cable tie mounts on for her, so I'm going to do that. So these are cable tie mounts if you don't know what they are. They have a sticky back, but I like to use E6000 glue just to be safe. You never know how long that sticky is going to actually hold up for. And I wouldn't want it to fall off and get damaged, of course. So I'm just going to use some E6000 glue. And I love these little tubes because, you know, it gets all hard and messed up and it gets difficult to get it to come out. So with these little ones, I use them very quickly and then I can move on to a new tube. So this is what I'm probably going to keep buying from now on. They come in like 4 packs. So I'm just going to put one on every corner for her. And then you can go around with hot glue as well. And I will do that. I didn't plug in my hot glue gun yet. I didn't think about it. Okay. Very simple to attach those. This E6000 does need time to dry. That's another good reason to use the hot glue as well, because the hot glue will dry very quickly. You won't have to worry about the E6000 not gluing or not holding up, but the E6000 will last longer. So if you use both glues, you get the best of both worlds. So I'm just going to put that off to the side. And then see what other things I need to get for her. Okay. So She ordered wreath forms. Everybody's been ordering wreath forms with their kits too this week. And she needs cable ties with the stuff she got and floral wire. So I'm going to give her all that good stuff. I'm going to give her some small ones and some big ones, just a variety. She doesn't need a lot, but, oh, actually, I forgot about, I was thinking of one of her kits. The other one has quite a few stuff on it, so I'm going to give her quite a few of those. And some bigger ones. And then, actually, for her heavy snowman, I'll show you guys what she got. Just this one, she got this snowman, and you see it comes on stake. I did a Santa Claus last year, but I don't think I made a video of it for some reason. But it's stuck in there. You just want to make sure that's nice and solid. If it does come loose, just put hot glue in there. So you just put that through the wreath form after you've got it decorated. And then you'll want to attach your Chanel or your cable ties to your wreath form into this. And this is really heavy, but she can bend this if she wants to. It's going to be difficult. Hey, how are you? Is it Dilmon? Is that the name? Am I saying that right? Oh, Monica. I should have read it all. How are you, Monica? Thanks for joining. I'm doing some odd and end stuff tonight. This is like stuff I'm getting together for some wreath kits, and then I may do some homecoming mom stuff too. But anyway, this is what she got. But you know, this thing is heavy, so I'm going to send her some floral wire as too, because you can run floral wire on these plush things in the back or bottom of them and attach them to your wreath form as well. So I'm going to make sure I give her both of those things. But anyway, just attach it like that. And you know, if she puts a bow here, that will cover that up. If she has some heavy cutters, she can cut that, but most people don't. And it is really, really heavy, so she can bend it and then zip tie it, but it'll be kind of difficult because this is a heavy duty thing. But oh, so stinking cute. So I want to make sure she's got lots of that stuff. And the fall sublimation kit came with some flowers and leaves, so that's what a lot of that's for too. So I'm going to go ahead and stick all these in this bag. And normally on my wreath kits, what I do is I have printed instructions, and they're just general, most of the kits are just general instructions for like a 10-inch mesh or a 6-inch mesh. Good, I'm glad you're doing good. And then I print out on the Etsy. You can do different reports. You can give them a packing list and stuff like that. But I also screenshot the item description where I put what comes with the kit, and then, you know, I mark a little check next to everything to make sure I got everything in the box. And then they can see that when they open it, they can check all that and make sure they got everything. Because if you're like me, you know, after you've ordered it and it's been a few days or a week, and you open it up and you're like, you don't remember exactly what came with it. So that's something new I started doing when I realized, you know, they probably don't know if they got everything or not. So, but the only problem with that, I'm printing out so much stuff, I'm going through paper and ink like crazy, which means I have to raise my prices. I mean, all that stuff causes you to have to raise your prices, and people don't understand that. So I'm gonna give her quite a bit of this for all that stuff. Because she's also got a scarecrow, plush scarecrow. She ordered 2 high-end kits. They're super, super cute. So this is, I know this is a mess, but it doesn't have to be all clean. So I don't know if you heard me, Monica, at the beginning. I am so behind on videos. I've got some stuff recorded, I just haven't had time to edit. My Etsy shop has been super busy. I got 5 orders from moms in the last 2 days, and 2 or 3 days, I don't remember. And so many wreath kits. The wreath kits are weird. I'll go days without selling one, and then all of a sudden I'll sell a ton of them in like a 2-day period. It's so crazy. I don't understand it. I'm gonna put that with something too. And then, so she ordered wreath forms. I've been buying wreath forms like crazy every time I go to Dollar Tree. Thing about wreath forms too, when I sell them with a kit, I had to buy special size boxes. And I don't think that's one of them, no. So this box is perfect, 14 by 14 by 6. The wreath form fits perfectly in there, really snug, so it won't move around or anything. And then it's 6 inches deep, so it holds lots of stuff too. But those boxes are cost me almost $2, so I have to charge the customers an extra $2 just for the box. So there's always stuff to add on there. Anyway, I showed this at the very beginning. This is one of the mums I'm working on. She wanted a mini mum, so it's going to have either a 3 or a 4 inch flower. Either one will work. So here's the 4 inch. Can't really tell. See, and you'll be able to see the tinsel just a little bit with that one. Or I can go with the 3 inch. There's a big difference between the 3 and the 4. Can you see how big of a difference that is? Isn't that crazy? And actually, when I put this over here, it is not 3 inches. It's like 2.75. There's a big difference. But either one will actually work. It just depends on what kind of, what am I going to put on the mum flower? How big do I need that to be? I charge the same because the flowers cost me the same amount and everything, so it doesn't really matter. Thank you. So definitely have to let this dry for a while and heat up my hot glue gun to hot glue that for her as well. And I'm trying to hurry. I'm trying to get these wreath kits together so I can get them shipped out tomorrow. If I don't get them shipped out tomorrow, then they wait till Monday, and I hate that. So I actually need this box, and I'll show you how well those wreath forms fit in there. And these will work for some mums as well. Tape across there, and then I tape along the sides, and that's a good taping for me on these boxes. But anyway, I can easily fit a mum in here, a good sized mum, as long as the head fits in here, and then you can kind of fold over the ribbons. Wouldn't be like a real long one, but like an 18 inch would fit nicely in here. Maybe a 24, just depends on how you could roll up the ribbons. Always tape from all the seams. And that usually works out well. I haven't had any complaints or problems with anything being damaged like this in a box so far. I've had one thing get damaged. It was in a bubble mailer. tags off everything, even if it doesn't have a price. It just, I don't know. I don't like having tags on there. So you see how perfectly that fits. It's not gonna move around and get damaged or damage anything else. Hey, Kay. Oh, thanks, Kay. I'm just doing this wreath kits, but I'll probably move on to some upcoming mom stuff too here in a minute. I just want to get these started at least. And I wrap everything in tissue, so I go through a ton of tissue paper, but I don't know what else to do. I think everything deserves to be covered up, and it's like when they open it, you know, they're unwrapping stuff in tissue, so it's like Christmas or, you know, birthday or whatever. It's like, you know, a gift, getting a gift. So I think that's kind of fun for them, and they appreciate that extra effort. So I do go through a ton of tissue paper though. So I always wrap the signs as well, just in one piece, just to keep it from, you know, getting messed up in any way. She got these cute signs. Oh, keep doing that. We got these free stickers from, I don't remember where they were from. So I've been using them to tape down my tissue. It makes them even prettier. So actually on the signs, I like to do them first. And that way they're secured down in the bottom of the box. And that one's not gonna go. That one's not going to be able to go on the bottom, but it'll still go. It'll be on top of the wreath forms because it won't lay flat. Let me make sure this one will. Nope, that one won't either. Okay, so I'm just going to put those in there, and then I'm going to wrap this one as well. Signs are a little too long. And sometimes I don't even tape them, they don't need it. So hopefully everything will fit in here. Sometimes I do have a little problem with that. She's got a lot of 6-inch mesh and then rolls of ribbon and everything, so. And she bought extra Chanel stems and stuff like that. So, like here's all her stuff. And I have to get them over here. I don't know if you guys can see that. You can go ahead and put this down as a padding. All that. I hope I'm not covering that up. And I also don't want to knock the camera down. Oh yeah, you guys can see it. So are you guys getting ready for homecoming? Getting ready for your moms and stuff? I'm all of a sudden getting a bunch of orders, so I don't know that I'm going to be able to prepare any more than I already did, which wasn't much. That's the way it happens. It'll be like nothing, and then all of a sudden they'll just start coming in like crazy. I don't know if I'm going to get everything in here. I'm going to have to be really careful. These in. Just gotta be careful. There. Now if they crushed this box, I would be in trouble. But it actually might help it from getting crushed. But anyway, if I had to, you know, give them some money back, I would. most of the time so far everybody's stuff has came in correctly, not damaged or anything. So you see there's plenty of room for all this stuff. That makes good filler for the top. And then I have a few more things here to fill in. So I gave them some jingle bells in one. I like to put these in the center of a bow for Christmas. I think it's fun, and anything that has to do with jingle bells to me is Christmassy, so I love it. So on this one she got hand-cut ribbons. Look at the choo-choo trains. This is one of my favorite ribbons that I ordered this year. I'm exhausted, y'all. I went shopping with my child for school clothes. I just cannot keep up anymore. I'm wiped out. There, and I'll put that ribbon there. And then I still have plenty of room for this and the little jingle bells, so it's going to be perfect. Yes, I even wrapped these up. I don't want these like flying around in the box and getting messed up. And I could cut some tissue and use parts of it, but that's a lot of work. So that is how I pack up my wreath kits. I don't know if anybody needs any help with something like that or wonders how I did that. That's how I do it. And then anything I printed off, I put there. And you see, there it is. Perfect. And I'm not going to bore you with the other one. But I did want to get at least that done so I can weigh it. I know what the measurements are. I've got those measurements preloaded in my Etsy shipping. So I just have to weigh it, put all that in, print the shipping label, and request a pickup. And when you request pickups, you have to do it the day before. You can't request pickups for that day. So that's why I'm in such a hurry to at least get one of them finished tonight so I can request the pickups and make sure he will come. But my mailman is awesome. He will check, he will look when he drives by to see if I have any packages. The only time I have to worry about it is if he's not working. But I still try to request pickups in case he's not working. But like I said, he always drives by. He has to drive by, so he always looks, but he goes above and beyond. He's really sweet. So I think I'm gonna work on this mum for a little bit. So as you can tell, it's red, black, white, and silver. So I did 3 layers of ribbons on each loop. And I cut my loops only 4 inches long because you see this is a small backer. I used red tinsel, red and silver tubing. And I don't know what I'm going to do on the flower yet. This is a little over 3, like 3.25. Again, it's ribbon spool end. I've got tons of ribbon spool ends from selling wreath kits, so that is saving me a ton of money there because I'm just saving all those that I would normally throw away, using them as my backers, and it's working perfectly. So, let's see. So I want the longest ribbon not to be any longer than 12 inches, of course. See that? Etsy, 10. That's crazy. That's a lot for me. Now I forgot what I was doing. So I have pictures on my mini mum. There's all my pictures for the mini mums, and I have a mini here, and I have the total measurement about 16. I'll make sure, yeah, it's about 12 inches for the longest ribbons. So no matter what size minimum I'm making with flower, I still use the same length on the streamers, but I just want to make sure. Yes, I'm in Texas. I'm in East Texas. I didn't think. Oh, it's so funny. I got an order on Etsy. Well, actually, I got a lady that contacted me, and I was like, the information she was giving me about the school, because they only do the stuff every 3 years, the homecoming every 3 years, and I was like, that sounds really familiar. It was the same colors, it was the same mascot. I was like, oh, we got a school around here that same. It ended up being the same. And then a couple days later, I get another order for that same school, and I've never made mums for that school. It's about 45 minutes from here. And I just thought that was crazy that I'm getting them off Etsy, but I've never gotten them locally. And from 2 separate people. So I need to do red. So I need the 1.3 inch width acetate. There's a dog barking somewhere. And so my acetates are back behind me. If you can see, I think you can see those a little bit. Hey, nobody on the live stream wants to hear you barking. So here's acetates, and then this box is up here is full of acetates. I don't know if you guys can see that. Oh yeah, you can see it now. Okay. So I've got black. The black got lopsided. I can't even tell which one that's on. Okay. I've got on my blacks, I've got 2 of everything for some reason. So the first ones I cut about 13 inches because I want it to be a little over. So it's going to be my longest. And then this one's a little bit shorter because that's going to be on either side. So this is for a toddler, so I need to be careful and not make it too big or too crazy. So I was trying like this, you know, not to make it too big because I didn't want it to be ginormous on her, swallow her. So I'm trying to rein myself in and be careful. Okay, I always forget my whites right here. So you can just go like that. I just really love to taper the ends. Oh wow, we got somebody from Chicago. I love it. How are you? Is it Jamela? Am I saying that right? I have an unusual name too, and people always slaughter my name, so I hate slaughtering other people's names. A lot of times I won't even try because I don't want to do that to somebody else. I'm used to it, I'm sure you are too. But still. Okay, Monica asked if all my mums are custom or do I have some made already. I did make up like 3 or 4 and put on my Etsy shop, which I can still customize them a little bit more. But I don't usually do that. That's something I'm trying because I don't want to have to try to store those. I mean, if I don't sell them, then I have to store them. And I have made up some samples in the past for like a video or something, and then had to store it for the next season and try to get, try to sell it, even though it was pretty. It's like nobody wants that one that was from last year, so I don't like doing that. Close enough. So I messed it up. I'm sorry. Miss Davis. I apologize, seriously. I hate slaughtering other people's names. So my name is Hyla, if you haven't caught that. Most people know it is from that or the Etsy shop, but I get Hula, I get Tyler, Twyla, Kyla, Haley. I've gotten just tons and tons of names. Did I say Tyler? Taylor. I used to work at a doctor's office a long time ago, and I'd answer the phone. You'd have to say the name of the clinic and then your name. And they would never get my name right, and I would just agree with them. Whatever they said my name was is what I said. It was okay. Because otherwise you'd be repeating it over and over and over again, because it was just, you know, it's unusual. So that might be a little too much. I don't know, after I overlap them, it should be okay. And I may even want to go wider than that. We'll just see. I don't want to go too crazy again. So can I just say J. Davis? Is that okay? It's not like you can tell me on the live chat how to pronounce it. Wouldn't that be fun if y'all could really chat back, like voice? So I cut the dovetail in the end. You can wait till afterwards, or... Hey, Lulu, we talked about this. She barks at everybody that walks by. She's looking out the window. Isn't she vicious? Yeah, everybody hears you. So Jay Davis from Chicago. Do they do mums anywhere over there, or are you familiar with them? Lucy, I'm gonna have to close the window if you don't, or close the curtains if you don't quit. She's not vicious at all. Lucy, stop, please. So I want to overlap these. I don't want gaps in between there. I want to overlap so it looks nice and full. So you won't be able to see much of that black one in the middle. So you could actually do 3 blacks or 3 whatever color you're doing there in the middle. And if you know what braid, you know, if you're putting a braid in the middle, like I do a lot of the times, and I may not with this one, if you're doing, like, let's say you did a braid in red and white, so you might want to do the braids back here black, because that will make that braid pop. Or say it was red and black, so do white back here to make that pop. So think about that if you've already got the braid made, or if you already know in your mind what you're going to do. Oh, that's awesome. I love when other, you know, when other states and stuff are doing mums. I got an order from South Dakota. I've gotten orders all over. Sometimes they're for, you know, different things besides homecoming, but I love that. So the end of my backer, yeah, that's at 12. So that's going to be just at 12 inches, and then this one's about 11.5. So you don't want it too long. So it's going about, I don't know if you guys can see that, it's going about here on me, if she pins it on. Now if this was a blinged out one, which I don't, let me double check, no it's not. I've got some wide silver ribbon that I could also do, you know, a couple streamers of those, which I've done in the past, and that really makes it look pretty too. You could do all one solid color, you could do 2 colors or 3 colors like I'm doing here. So my child, one of my children graduated back in May or June too. I can't even remember when graduation was now. they weren't doing any restrictions at graduation, like COVID restrictions, but they had it at the football field instead of indoors. It was pretty miserable because the football stadium, the sun shines straight at the home side, and so the whole time through graduation, all the family and friends had the sun just beaming in our faces and eyes, and we're squinting and trying to see. But at least they got a graduation. The kids the year before didn't get one, so can't complain too much. And you don't have to cut a dovetail in these. You can cut it at a slant. You can cut them straight across, however you want to do it. Again, I want to make sure that they all overlap a little bit. And some of them I let, see how that's moving? Because I'm trying to cut it. Some of them I overlap more than others. I think about, you know, what stickers, what color of vinyl stickers I'm going to use. So maybe I'll overlap more on one ribbon than I will another one. Like maybe I'd go way over here to make sure I could get, if I was using red stickers. So you always got to think about that. If you know what color stickers, or maybe you're limited to a color of stickers, make sure that you're leaving room on your ribbons. So like if I was using silver, I definitely want it on the red or the black. But if I was using red or black, then I'd want it on definitely the white. So just think about that. And the best things I did was buy a vinyl cutter and make my own stickers. I mean, that does cause more work, you know, having to cut the stickers, load up the names and everything, and but I can size them however I need to for each mom and use different fonts, and it's a lot cheaper in the long run, and it's a lot more custom to me as well. So here again, I can go way off on the edge and make sure that there's a lot of black showing for stickers. And I think I'll go like one more, I don't know, let me see. Like I said, it's for a little girl. I don't want it to be too wide or anything. Uh-oh, that staple didn't go good. Let me pull that out. Some of these mess up. I was looking at the stapler on Amazon. I was trying to remember how much I paid for it. There was a bunch of bad reviews for this one, and I've had this one for years. But one person's bad review was she was upset because it didn't come with, it wasn't made for regular staples. I was like, okay. I'm pretty sure it tells you that, but maybe it doesn't. I don't know. And yeah, it is a pain to have to buy separate staples, but I buy like a 6-pack and they last me 2 or 3 years, so. But the stapler itself, I've not had any issues with. I've had it so long. And I saw another bad review. They said they used it, and it was somebody that was using it for moms. They said they used it one time and it fell apart. I was like, wow. Okay, look how super cute that is. Oh, me too, Jay Davis. Thank you for joining in. I appreciate it. Go take care of that baby, that man baby. See, I don't need to really go any wider than that. I could do a small one to make sure that, you know, if I wanted to do some more stickers like 2021 or something, just to make sure I'm getting it all on there. And I'm not sure yet if I want to do one braid or if I want to do 2 skinny braids. So I'm not positive yet. I haven't decided. Got my mannequin right there. I don't want to go, like I said, I don't want to go huge for this little girl. So I have to decide on what chains I want to do too. So I could do a victory braid and use the 9/16 inch width ribbons. So it wouldn't be very wide, so I need to be careful about the braids as well. And I could do some kind of little loop chain for her name and stuff. I've got to put her name, the mascot, the homecoming, and the year, and I think that's all I've got to put on there. So I could do a pretty little loop chain for her, and maybe one other one. Like I said, maybe a victory braid or something, so I could do one here and one here. And like that green one I did where I did the 3D hearts in the middle, just glued them to the ribbons, I might do something like that because that turned out really precious. Look how cute that is. And she wants a ribbon necklace, so I'm going to go ahead and do that as well. And I like to make them where they tie on. They do have to kind of double knot that because the soft satin ribbons will come loose. But it's the only way to make it where it's, you know, fits just right. If you just make a solid ribbon, you have to make it really big for them to get it over their head, but then it's too big, so then they can still tie like a knot in the side too if you do, you know, it long enough. I've done that before too. Oh, really? Well, I'm glad you're on here, Monica. She says the first time she's watched somebody make them. So I've got red, black, and white ribbon. I have in the past done like a soft satin military braid for the necklaces too. They, you know, they stretch, so that's a good one to do, and it's fun and different. But in the past, I've had a whole bunch of those made up in advance. So, oh, thank you, Kay. That's so sweet. Kay is always so sweet with her comments. Always. Let's see. So when I make it with two separate strings, I always cut them at 24 inches. That's plenty to tie a bow with. So I did one in red and one in black, and I need my hot glue gun. I don't know why I didn't prepare. So I'm gonna have to walk around the back of the table to plug that in. I'm gonna move that camera back down a little bit so you don't lose any of that. I've got alcohol in a spray bottle. I'm constantly cleaning my hands for people, whether I'm packing up their order or making a mom or whatever. It's our new normal, I guess. So I like to hot glue these on like this and then staple them. So I hot glue and staple them. So I always do it at an angle like that because I'm thinking, you know, it's going to go on at an angle, so you want it angled. It just makes sense to me. I don't know that it really makes a difference, but to me it makes sense, so that's the way I do it, like that. And then if they want a pin on, just do a loop right here. And I always do like soft satin usually, or some other, you know, like gross grain or grok grain. I can't say it correctly, sorry. Somebody pointed that out the other day, and I just can't. But anyway, some kind of ribbon that won't shred easily, because acetates are going to shred really easily. So I don't like to do those for a pin on because I want to make sure it's going to hold up. And if they stuck like the safety pin or straight pin through an acetate ribbon, it's just going to shred. So I don't like to do that. So I just plugged in my mini one. It shouldn't take very long to get that up and going. So I think I will show y'all how to get these going. you just want a white chenille stem. I'm gonna go ahead and do both of them because I don't know yet which one I'm gonna feel like using. I also need the hot glue gun for this. So pull that off and then pull this off as well. Of course that tag, but this green, you don't want that. So where it looks like this, and then I cut it down all the way. So it's like that. And then I just run my chenille stem through, like this. And tie one knot, and then 2 knots. Some of these, 1 knot is not enough, it'll pull back through. Just be careful of that. Push that end down. So it's like a little stem or center of your flower there. And then of course you gotta hot glue that so it doesn't come undone. And it does, like, especially on these smaller ones, you know, it makes the petals go flat, but that's why when I hot glue it, I go like this, and then it'll make it full again. But if I'm gluing something on there, I mean, it's not gonna matter anyway. You're gonna flatten those out some. So again, here's this one, we'll do that one too, while I'm waiting for that mini hot glue gun to heat up. I'm never fully prepared for these live streams, especially when I'm doing them just randomly deciding to do one. Okay, that one went in very well. Sometimes they get hung up and don't want to go through, and you kind of have to open it up and find where it's getting stuck. As long as you have this chenille stem secured on both ends, your flower is not going to come apart and it's not going to pull through. It would take somebody like really doing a lot of tugging and ripping it to get it to come loose. It's getting a little warm. So like I said, I like to hot glue that down. Let that dry, and then I'll staple that as well. Hot glue these and let them set. It's a good idea to go ahead and do this before you need it, because you have to hot glue it and let that hot glue set before you need to use it. So pull it down as far as it will. I've got the hot glue under that, and then I'm squeezing it, and you can kind of go like that too to make sure it's all nice and full again. So you want to let it sit 30 minutes, an hour, I don't know. Make sure it's nice and secure. So that one's still showing a little bit because it's such a small flower. But like I said, I'm going to be putting stuff on the flower anyway, so it'll cover it up. And that's another reason to use a white one with the white flower. So there's both of them. And look at that. This is a 4-inch and this is a 3-inch. There is no way there's an inch difference in that. Look at that. That's crazy. I think I showed that earlier. See, there's my 3 and here's where it ends. It's like 2.5. So I was kind of ripped off on that. But that's okay. I mean, even I could use that on my ring mums. You can use it on the wrist mums or a mini mum. And then of course you can use 2 or 3 of these too to make a double or triple. Double and triples don't have to be ginormous. They can be small. I did that the very first year. I think I bought 4-inch backers and 4-inch flowers, and they were like zebra print. And I put 3 of them together and made a heart shaped. That first year on, I think all of them. that I made. They were super cute. And so, you know, the head was like probably like this or something with the 3 of those put together. I'm gonna go ahead and add the hot glue to this sign so I can get her stuff. I'm excited to get my sublimation going. It's just getting that printer going is gonna be the worst. I gotta watch some videos and learn how to do it. We got one of those Epson printers that you can convert into a sublimation printer. It's not gonna print big amounts. It's just going to be like letter size paper is the biggest we can go. But if it turns out to be something that we really enjoy and make money off of, then we can always upgrade later on. If not, we're not out very much money. So, and I bought some blanks too, so I've got everything I need. I just got to get it going. But I bought dog tags, and they're kind of the oval, you know, they look like the real dog tags, like the military dog tags. They look more like that shape, but you know, they're aluminum and then white on one side. So I thought I would love to make my own trinkets. You know, if I could do some with the mascot, so I could put their you know, the year or senior or, you know, all different kinds of stuff. I could put sports and cheer and stuff like that, and then hang those with ribbons and stuff, and that would be something different on a mom and unique. So I did buy, I don't remember, I think there was like 50 dog tags that came with it, so I'm excited, but I'll have to figure out the sizing and all that stuff, so that's going to take some work. I don't know if I'll get it going this year or not, but I'm excited to try it. So I just want to staple these. Make sure that ribbon doesn't pull out. It's not like this is going to be heavy or anything. You don't have to be super worried about that. Like I said, this ribbon pulls apart really easily because it's slick. So you have to be careful about that. That's the only downfall, but this is going to feel good around their neck. It's not going to be scratchy and itchy. That would be miserable, especially for a little girl. I would hate that. So she really has to double knot that. Or you could even put maybe a safety pin through the knot. No way you can do that, so I thought that would be cute. Over there. So I'm really undecided on what I want to do with the braids. Like I said, I know I want to do some kind of loop chain. I'm just not 100% sure what I want to do with that yet. Let's see if I can put this. Okay. I got out of my GoPro. I control my GoPro with my phone, but I got out of it to look at those orders, and now I can't get back in it. Anyway, so what was I doing? Okay, so yeah, I'm trying to decide on what kind of loop chain. If I just want like a simple straight loop chain, or if I want, I think I kind of want it to be like this, but not double, like just where one goes this way, one goes that way. It's been a while since I made one of those though. And I don't want to go really big on the loops. But I can still do 6-inch loops. Her name is, let's see, I need 5 loops for her name, so I've got plenty of room for her name. I'm good there. So I've got red vinyl, so I have to think about this too. I've got red vinyl, I've got black vinyl, I've got white vinyl, I've got silver vinyl. So the red would probably, yeah, I've put red on black before and it doesn't show up as much. Sometimes I double up the vinyl too and layer them on top of each other, but just slightly off, and so it looks like it's shadowed. I did that because I had put somebody's name or something on the mum and you couldn't see the vinyl, it didn't pop like I wanted it to, so I recut it in a different color, and I thought, I'll just put it on top and kind of leave the other color on there kind of showing, and it looks so cool. So I did that a few more times on other mums. It's twice the work, but it turns out so cool. So I can cut the loops at either 5 or 6 inches. So what I can do is, sorry, I'm watching the light because sometimes I get kicked off here, so I'm constantly looking at the light, make sure the light's going. So I can do, I don't want to do just like white loops, that's so boring. I could do black loops with white in the center, or white loops with black in the center, so you could still see her, so her name would still pop in red. I think that would be fun. Or I can do, you know, like white and black next to each other. Rose Oatley, hello. How are you? You guys haven't seen her channel. She's got some homecoming mom stuff on hers too. She does a lot of cooking, awesome cooking videos too, you guys. I'm so glad you got to join in. Okay, so I keep wanting to cut the red ribbon, but I'm not going to do red. I think I will do black with some white. And again, I'm going to cut these at 5 inches long. And I'm starting out with 6. Now, I did learn a trick from somebody recently when you're using the white ribbon, especially if you're using it with a color, to double it up. That way the other color doesn't show through, and so it's nice and crisp. So here's what I was talking about. I can do them like this, where just a little bit of the black is showing, so they're not super boring, but that does make it pretty wide. Holly, what are you doing? Sounds like she's chewing on ribbons. Let me see. Now that's going to be cool. If I layer them like this, then the white's underneath and the black underneath on that side. And then if I do red vinyl, I think that'd be really cool. Oh, thanks, Rose. You are too. I've seen your mom tutorials. They're really cute. Some really cute moms. So I go ahead and staple these, and then I'll use that one as a guide each time. And then I'll probably do one more braid, simple braid, and one that's, you know, really narrow, so it don't take up much space, because I don't have a lot of space with that little mum. This mum is for a 3-year-old. I said that earlier, but you guys may not have been watching back then. So it does take double the ribbon when you do this, but it does look so much better. It's just the white really stands out instead of looking see-through and looking almost gray because of the black. So when I do multiples, I always hold it up and just compare it, make sure that they line up correctly. And again, when I actually make the loops, so you just want them pretty close, especially if you are, you know, attaching them like this. You want to make sure they're exact. But if you're doing them back and forth, it's not as important if they're exact. You just want them to make up. And you can alternate them too, like this each time. That looks super cute too. sometimes, so when the ribbons are all different lengths there on the end, it's harder to tell, so you can cut it straight just to make sure that those are all matching up. I don't actually know how many loops I'm gonna need yet. It depends on how far you space them out, because you can put them really on top of each other, or you can space them out really far, and you can put bling on top of it if you can see the staples. Just whatever you want to do. And those are matching up really nicely. But you can do so much with loops, loop chains, and just to change them up. Little things like this make a difference. Just doing that. Really simple. I had to break down and get another pair of scissors for my good ribbons, like my acetates and stuff, because I go through scissors like crazy, but part of it's because I'm cutting so much tape for the boxes for my Etsy shop, so the sticky stuff just sticks. I even scrubbed them clean with alcohol and it didn't really help. They won't cut ribbons anymore. But luckily these are just like cheap school scissors, and when they go on clearance we buy a whole bunch of them. So I got lucky with a good pair there. Can you guys believe it's almost time for school to start? The summer has flown by. Okay, so I'm gonna cut one of these, and you could do white or black. And I'm gonna cut it about 13 inches just to be safe. I keep my white acetates right here. These aren't true acetates though. These are Polypro Florentine. They're made in Italy. It's a little bit thinner than acetate. It's got pretty much the same though. It's a little, like I said, it's a little bit thinner. True polypropylene though is like really glossy and they're slick, so you have to be careful with those, but they are cheaper than acetate. So that's, I used a lot of those when I was starting out because it was a lot cheaper. But that's just, you know, what you guys want to use. And this ribbon here is cheaper too than a true acetate. Sometimes on the white though, you'll notice like veins in it. I don't know why. So you do have to be careful about that. And if you buy these in colors, they're not going to match up to your acetates. Like even if you buy a true acetate in a different color or a different brand, they're not going to match up. So be careful about that as well. So I'm trying to decide how I want to do this. Just tilt them slightly, like so. Whoop, wrong way. Again, you can alternate them if you want to. So just like that. I think will be cute. Make sure the staples are covered. Again though, if you want to space them out, and then you can do like diamond mesh ribbon. I just happen to have some I can show you. That's really wide, but glue that over the top, however wide you want to make it. Super pretty. Or the flower shaped one, which I don't have any right here on the table in front of me. So here's the backer. I just want to be careful about how far. That's probably going to be about perfect. I may end up making one more. Let's see. So what I'm going to do is just make it go over a little bit on both sides when I attach it. And I'm just slanting it slightly. And you could do this if you wanted the end of the ribbon to show where you cut it. And you could do it like this or like this. I'm just going to put them evenly where they're hanging off both sides just a little bit. And I'm going to be very careful about where I place my staples up towards the top. That way I'm not having to cover too much. So that works perfectly. And I like to do two staples on each loop just to make sure it's secure. Thank you, Rose. You did a chain. You've got a video with like 5 chains, and there was one that I had never done before, and I keep meaning to try it, and I just keep forgetting. Actually, I want to clean that up. I want to make sure these are all nice and clean before I attach them. And I'm trying to remember what it looked like. I mean, I've done some similar. Instead of loops, it's, you know, like you do strips and you can cut like a dovetail. But it was some combination or something. I can't remember. It's been a while since I saw the video. I'll have to go back and watch it. And I'm just cleaning that up on the top. If you can't see it, then don't worry about it, but you can see a little bit of them on this. I'm just trying to be careful about that. And I'm not alternating, like I'm not zigzagging it too much. Like I said, I'm hanging it off just a little bit on both sides, so that's how I know that they're all going on the same. And they're overlapping just enough to cover the staples. Here we go. Now try to imagine the red vinyl on there really popping on that. Just having that touch of black in there makes them pop as well. It's not boring. Are you still having, don't you have carpal tunnel or something? You're having issues where you can't craft as much? Am I remembering that correctly? Now, if I have this down enough where it's showing, I can put just some bling on this one. Or like I said, I can add one more. But sometimes, you know, when you're attaching this and then it's like too much, it like kind of pushes these up. So you gotta have to be careful about that. So I'm gonna be able to see it just a little bit unless I move it up a little bit more, which I can. But like I said, I can cover that up with a little bling, no big deal. Let's see. Okay, so there's 6 loops and her name is 5 long. So 5 letters long, so I just got to be sure that I have enough. The only problem, I hate putting them on the very bottom one because usually it's kind of tucked under and you can't see it as well. So I do want to be careful about that. And I think I want to pull it down enough to where I can put her first letter here, and here, and then I can put, you know, I can put a football or a Texas sticker, or I can put bling here, something fun here on this last one. And I kind of want to see where I want that. And the way I layered these, and I didn't do that purposely, if you guys didn't see that, I honestly didn't even think about it. I've got a black and white ribbon there, so you can see the black underneath this white, and you can see the white underneath this black, so it's making it pop too. And then of course you can see the red on the ones that go out further, so that's making it pop too. So I think I will attach that just right there. Make sure that's where I want it. And cut that off. And I can do this either way too. You can see more of the loop if I do it this way. And then, hi Sarah, thank you. Thank you, Miss Monica, I appreciate that. So it, you know, whichever way you want to attach. Here she goes again. Hey, Lulu, come here. No, no. Oh, there's a dog in our front yard, that's why. You guys hear that? She's so cute. Lulu, come say hi. Come here. Come say hi to everybody. Come say hi. Shh. That is super, super cute. Now I could leave it like that. I don't have to do another chain. I could do, glue some 3D hearts over here. I could make them taper bigger and bigger. Or just add trinkets and stickers here. You know, I don't do a lot on these mini mums. I keep the price down. People love them like this. Do a lot of stickers, so you don't have to do a lot of braids and stuff. Another way I keep the price down, but these mini mums have been my top seller for sure, and they're already, like I said at the beginning of the video, I've already got 5 orders in the last 2 days for mini mums. So people just love this size. I don't care what age they are, they love them. And I don't blame them, they're cute. I'm not bragging, I just think they're cute. Oh, thank you, Rose. Yours are beautiful too. I've watched all your videos. You make super cute mums too. I appreciate that. When somebody else that makes mums say that, I don't care how long you've been making them, I appreciate it very much. Don't you just love the cheer teams when you're doing all the fun stuff? Yeah, we're way past that, so. I mean, I remember being exhausted all the time from those little pee-wee cheer teams. Once my daughter got into middle school, she was like, I'm done. Got past the pee-wee stuff, and I was relieved. So I'm just trying to decide how I want to do it, like this or this. You kind of get a different look either way. Because if I do it this way, then these loops catch your eye more. You do it this way, those loops catch your eye more. And these come out a little bit further, so that makes it look a little different as well. But I definitely think I like it like this. And always make sure those are matched up evenly and kind of hold it up. And then add, oh that's tight, 2 staples. Again, I've said this before, the reason why I do 2 staples, I do it at the top so I can still, if I decide to add, but this will keep them together and they won't slide once I glue it together, because when I used to do 1 staple and I'd glue, sometimes those backers would slide and then it would be uneven. And if it dries and you don't realize it, there's nothing you can do. Unless you try to rip it all apart and screw it all up. But I think that is turning out super cute. I'm not gonna finish it tonight. I don't like to, if I get rushed and I have to do somebody's mom, like boom, boom, boom. I will. I'm never completely happy with the mum. I have made these in an hour. I've made one in an hour before, thrown it together. And I'm just like, here you go. Completely exhausted, thrown in the towel. But I'd rather work on it for a few days than that. Because I can really focus on this, and I can really focus on this, and really think about how I want to decorate it. So I'd rather have more time. I tell all my customers, please order, give me some time to really work on it. Because they always want the most fabulous mum, that's pictured on like, if it's Etsy, they go through the pictures, like, I want exactly that one. I'm like, okay, that person gave me 6 weeks to work on their mum, and you're giving me a week and a half. No. And my local people, they always wait till the week of, can you make me 4 mums? And can you make them really, really special and blingy and do this and do that and do that? No. You're going to get what you're going to get. And be glad that I can do something for you. I used to be overcompensating and bend over backwards for everybody, and I still do a little bit, especially for the people I know, but I'm getting better about saying, nope, sorry, can't do it. So I'm going to quit here because I am exhausted after school shopping all day. I want to sit down, but I said this at the beginning of the video, I am so behind on videos, so I'm going to try and do live streams to make up for it. And I don't, it's just going to be real sporadic. And I've got, like I said, I got several orders already in the last couple of days. Got a bunch of wreath kit orders. And then I'm trying to still put my wreath kits together. I was trying to get all of them put together and on before homecoming started. And you can see homecoming's already started. And so here I am. I had all this time, and now I'm already behind. So I'm going to be like crazy busy with all that stuff. And so I'm going to try to do more live streams to get the videos out there, because I like to put 2 things out a week for you guys. And then I like to try to do one homecoming thing every week, and then, like a wreath or something too for my other people. But once homecoming starts, you guys know I put a bunch of homecoming stuff out because it's that time and that's what I'm working on. So, I mean, if there's anything you guys want to see, you got any questions or concerns, or want to know what I'm working on, or what videos I plan to be putting up, or requests for videos, just comment and let me know. I'll try to accommodate you. There's only one person I haven't been able to accommodate. She wanted me to do a sash mum, and I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm not making a sash mum unless I have an order for it. I just can't. I can't justify making some ginormous mum that I don't have anyone to buy it for, and I don't want to have to store that if it doesn't sell. And nah, I ain't messing with that. I kind of explained how to make it, but I just not. I mean, you could very simply just make a soft satin ribbon, real pretty soft satin ribbon, make the sash, and then attach your mum where they connect on your hip. And if you had vinyl, you could put vinyl on the ribbon, and then of course you go crazy and do mum heads all over it, or you could do big loops or whatever. So that's as best I can get on the sash mum, unless I ever get an order for it. And if I ever get an order for one, then I will definitely do videos on it to show you guys. I'm not like crazy about having to do one if I ever get an order. It's just not something I'm excited about, but I will make one if somebody wants one, for sure. And if they wanted a ginormous mum, I'd make them one if they wanted one, but that's just not usually something I do a whole lot of. Like I said, most people like these little ones from me, so that's fine if that's what they want. I like to make a bunch of different kinds of things. I don't want to spend weeks on the same mum. I like to do, if I get one that's special and I can work on it over time, but I can work on some other ones in between, I really like that, because you need to be able to walk away, step back, and then start fresh, so you don't get burnout on it. But I appreciate everybody joining in tonight. I know I'm always sporadic with my live streams. Friday evenings, I'm going to try to do them like Friday afternoons, Friday evenings more regularly. And then like every other week I'll try to do them try to do one during the week. But that's about the only time I can do them. Because we, you know, with COVID and stuff, I do have family home a lot. So I have to work around their schedule because my craft room is open in the main part of the house. So I can't ask other people to be, you know, like the rest of the house to be quiet for me. So I have to do it when either nobody's here or just the kids are in their room or something. But I do appreciate y'all watching again. Don't see any more questions or anything. Thank you, Monica and Kay and Rose for joining in, and Sarah and Miss J Davis, because I totally trashed her name, and I appreciate. I'm so sorry about that. I knew I would too. But thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it. And you can tell my voice is going out already. Thank you guys. Good night. Have a good week.